This woman claims her $11,000 nose job made her realize she was too good for her husband. As you can see from these before videos, she had a pretty massive nose, and she said that she always felt like it held her back in life, and so after talking to her husband, they agreed that she should get an $11,000 nose job. After she got the nose job, she said the results were shocking and she never felt more confident or beautiful. So much so that she said, you know, I'm too good for my husband, and divorced him.
Do my skincare with me while I talk about an article that came out on the New York Post about my life.
Hey guys, I'm day 7 post-op today.
I got a nose job. I was turning 30 and I just was home recovering on the couch in my bed and realized I need to finally move on with this part of my life. I was not happy for a very long time. I think a lot of people saw me suffer.
Because this right here, this, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Oh, I wasn't sad. I just needed a...
Girl, leave him so you can become her. Packing up my home I've lived in for 3 years and starting over at 30. Moving to my starting over apartment today. When you realize she will either be your wife and the mother of your kids or your biggest heartbreak.
Literally about to go on a first date. Get ready with me for my second date. I was with him for 7 years. We made the decision to split.
The wall. No man on earth can make you fall.
I don't want to sound arrogant, but I'm going to be arrogant. I think that I can make anyone fall in love with me. There, I said it.
I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, but at a certain point, you gotta stop blaming him for the failed relationship. You both ruined the relationship. Because he didn't know how to love you, and you didn't know how to leave him.
You can like screenshot your text messages and put them into ChatGPT and have ChatGPT analyze your conversations for you. And it literally said he's avoidant, and I'm mature.
How to keep a man, how to get a man, how to get your ex back. How do I make 100 bags in 24 fucking hours?
So tired of y'all thinking that because I'm a comedian, you can say some slightly harsh, hurtful shit to me. I am a girl!
Spend a day with me as a single, child-free 39-year-old who is self-employed and works 100% remote.
Because we're a transaction, right? Really glad you asked that question because it really helps us understand.
While he's waiting 3 months, are you paying for your own meals?
Exactly what you think of women. Now I know I don't want to date you because I'm...
Okay, ma'am, but you're not 20. You're not a virgin anymore. So why would you make him wait when you didn't make other men wait when you were younger? Why does he have to wait? Oh, because now that you're older, all of a sudden, you're more delusional and have higher standards. Of course.
I cheated in another country. So at that time, I was like, oh, nobody's going to know about this. I don't say anything. It's, you know, it's all about me right now.
This is why I tell you guys, she shouldn't go on girls' trips in another country or in another city. What is she doing traveling without you? Why?
So at that time, I enjoyed it. But yeah, as soon as I got back, I just felt so guilty.
Yeah, I enjoyed it in the process. My boyfriend at the time was 2,000 miles away. And here's my best friend's cousin.
This is why I tell you guys, don't get in long-distance relationships. They don't work.
Cousin who is right here and open and willing. And I was like, let's go.
Early 40s, there's a lot of these like kind of landmine dudes where they're like, they say on the surface they're like ready, but really they're like so stuck in their Peter Pan ways that it's almost worse. They have the facade of like, oh yeah, like I want to be a dad soon. Actually, I want to do exactly what I want. I want to just watch sports. I want to, you know, random 24-year-olds. I want to do all this stuff. It's scary. It's scary out there. I'm still learning about the 40s. You know, as I edge closer, I'm still doing my research. I'm still Jane Goodalling it. That
Ma'am, just because they don't want to commit to you, it doesn't mean they don't want a relationship. Maybe, just maybe, they don't want a woman that is 40.
Shit. But I'll have my theory soon. But I do know about this type of archetype of guy, the young 40-something Peter Pan.
I was once doing a consultation with an older woman who was having marital difficulties, and she was just like, I don't know what the problem is. Like, I have my own money from my family. Like, I'd be fine by myself. I don't need my husband for anything. And I was like, if that's true, which it probably isn't, but if that's true, you should never tell him that. Don't ever say that with your mouth. And certainly don't communicate that with your attitude or your behavior, because I'm sure he doesn't think that he does nothing for you. And if you act as if he does nothing for you in spite of his efforts and his loyalty and his continued investment, he's going to feel like the biggest schmuck in the world, because
he's correct. But my guy, let me ask you this. Why are you in a relationship with a woman that thinks she doesn't need you? Why? I'm sure there were red flags from the start. Why would you marry a woman like that? It's your fault.
because he's clearly still giving and trying, and it's not even being acknowledged or recognized. And that's a dangerous game, to have one's efforts not even recognized. Or
yeah, you're a simp. You're doing everything for a woman that doesn't deserve it, and she tells you she doesn't need you. You're a simp. Stop being simps.
We're invalidated. We need to need each other. And in the absence of that, we just have desire, we just have want, which is a very capricious thing. It comes and goes.
This man swiped over 1 million times on Tinder and posted both his results and profile on Reddit. Who is this man, myth and legend? And how well did he do? Let's find out. So this is Fishboy26 from Reddit. Let's take a look at the numbers and see how Fishboy did. So at the time of creation for these Tinder insights, Fishboy's account had been active for 3 years and 217 days, and he had swiped over 1,200,000 times. He had swiped left only about 10,000 times, and right swiped over 1,009,000 times. Of those swipes, he only got 719 matches, and of those matches, he only chatted with 217 of them. Tinder Insights reports everything at this point using data from the app, and then everything after that is self-reported. So of those 217 chats, Fishboy only had 1 date, and nothing else came after that. The date rate is literally 1 in a million.
You're aiming for the top 1%.
Mm-hmm.
But the top 1% of men ain't aiming for you. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just being honest.
I don't understand why is it so hard for women to see this logically. You're looking for the top 1% of guys. No problem. Are you a top 1% woman? And I don't mean in your money, your boss babe attitude, your job, your college. We don't care about that. Are you top 1% in looks? Are you top 1% in behavior? Are you top 1% wife material? No. So how can you expect a top 1% guy? It's delusional. Just from this conversation, guys, you can see she's not wife material. She's not even girlfriend material. She will never understand your point of view. She will never see things as you see them. She will always think she's the victim. She will always think she's better than you. So why are you dating these kinds of women? It's not logical, my guy.
I did that calculator. This is the reason why women are single. Like they don't align their expectations. They look at this perfect picture and then they go, that's what I want. And it's okay. Like we all want something amazing.
We have a fantasy in mind.
Right. But then anything that doesn't fit that picture is ignored. Then you get too old. And nobody wants your ass at all. By the time you lower your standard, you're like, hey, now it would take a fat guy that's doesn't have a college degree, makes 50 grand a year just to not be alone.
And settle.
Yeah, and that guy at that point still don't want you. So like that's a huge...
And even when you get in a relationship with that guy, you're still thinking about the ex. You're still thinking about the football player that you slept with. And you know in your mind that you're settling for him because you had to lower your standards. That guy is not actually your dream guy. And you will always have resentment towards him. And you will never truly respect him. You will never see him as a leader. You'll always try to argue with him. You will always think that you're better than him. That relationship is doomed. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. Don't be that schmuck that woman settled for. Because she will make your life a living hell. This is what I'm doing with this channel, my guy. I'm trying to make you see the red flags. So you don't get in a relationship like that. So you don't get in a marriage like that. Because you will just suffer.
Hey, Shanae Longbottom, I got these for you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I got them for you special, just to show you how much you mean to me and that I really like going out with you. I would do anything for you.
Okay.
What's that? You're gonna break up with me if I don't start treating you better? Goodbye.
Hold on one second.
Shanae?
The Naruto run.
Hey there, handsome. What's going on?
Nothing I would tell a mid-girl like you.
You're not fawning over me?
No.
Let's get out of here.
Fine, hop in the back. Just so you know, I have a suspended license. Get in there, quick, come on!
Just want to tell you a story, guys. I was talking to a woman some years ago, and from the conversation, I saw that she wasn't really into me. The conversation was very stale. She was answering like just a few words. It's clear she wasn't interested. And I told her, okay, I'll let you get on with your day. It's clear that this isn't going anywhere. So I told her that, and then I unfollowed her. You know what happened, guys? She said, wait. So you don't want to talk to me anymore? She told me no man has ever told her that. No man has ever tried to leave the conversation. And guess what happened? I slept with her the next day. Women don't like simps. Women are tired of simps. Women have thousands of guys fawning over them each day. They appear desperate. They're tired of guys like that. When I told her, okay, I'm leaving this conversation, she never heard that in her life. Never. So we went on a date and I slept with her on the first night.
On! I had to go run and get a 6-pack of beer. Stay back there for me.
So you see, fawning over women is a huge turnoff. If you treat her well, she won't respect you and will never want to shaboink you. But if you don't care about her, she'll obsess over you and use shaboinking as a way to win over your affection. Being nice to women, not even once.
He was a toxic individual, so...
You dated him for 3 years, you said?
Mm-hmm.
You chose to cohabitate and live with a toxic individual?
We had a connection.
They will always say their ex was toxic. Always. Just ask them, guys. Just ask them.
What were the traits about him that you liked?
We had a lot of fun together.
Translation, he was a bad boy and exciting, and he f***ed me really well.
I mean...
At what point in your relationship did you guys move in together?
It was early, but initially I moved in with him and his mom. I mean, if I knew it was going to be that way, you know, I obviously wouldn't have got into it. But you live and you learn.
A lot of women complain about men being assholes and men being toxic, yet you find yourselves, interestingly enough, in long-term cohabitating relationships with the precise men that you categorize as toxic and and jerks and bad boys. I think this is because women are attracted to these kinds of men because they're exciting in one way or another, and
they are attracted to certain traits that assholes, that toxic men have.
Had women who come on the show and they say, well, a guy could be attractive, be stable, have a good job, but he just isn't. We didn't feel the click. We didn't feel the connection.
He was too nice. He was too boring.
What's your age?
I'm 22.
Are you single?
Yes.
If I wanted to date you, would I have to have a car?
I think so.
Okay, guys, so from the start, in the first 5 minutes of a conversation with a woman like this, you know you can only put her in the category for fun. That's it. But you know how many simps will try to marry her? And I don't care, my guy. If you want to marry a woman like this, do it. But then you don't get to complain to me, oh, well, she cheated on me. What should I do? Oh, well, she doesn't respect me. What should I do? Oh, there were no red flags. Guys, I show you red flags in each video. In each video I post here. Every woman I show you all the red flags. And that's from a video that is 30 seconds, a minute long. How are you telling me that you've dated her for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and you didn't see any red flags? Oh, she didn't have any red flags. So how come that I see all the red flags in 5 minutes? Just think about it logically, it doesn't make sense. Statistically, it doesn't make sense. How can a guy see the red flags in women in 5 minutes and you don't see them in 6 months, a year? It's not logical.
What do you mean, I think?
I feel like it depends on the context. Like, if you live in a bigger city and you don't have a car, that's like reasonable, right?
If we were here in Scottsdale and I didn't have a car, would I still have a shot with you?
Probably not.
So why the higher standards?
Because if you want to go, like, you know, in the mountains or like anywhere else in the city, you need a car, you know?
Yeah, she wants you to take her on trips. So from the start, guys, what are you doing with a woman like this? Except for fun. If you want to have fun, okay. But don't tell me that you got into a relationship with a woman like this and she had no red flags.
How old are you?
I'm 26, 27.
Are you ladies single?
Yes.
What do you think the problem is with modern dating?
The women depend too much on men. And there's no need for that.
But I thought...
How? Because all the women that we see on videos say they're very independent and they don't need a man.
Traditionally, that's how things have always been.
Listen, you're going to interview a lot of people that are Miami women and all that, and they're all about man, man, man. And that's not how we were raised. We were raised in a certain way where it's like you support 50-50, and that's how it is.
When you go on a first date with a man, you're telling him, I'm covering my half.
I have done it before, and I'll do it again. Yeah.
You don't think that puts you outside of your femininity?
No, because that shows that I'm a better person.
She's talking about 50-50 and just look at her friend, what she's doing, how she's acting. I'll rewind that. So look at the girl in white.
You don't think that puts you outside of your femininity?
No, because that shows that I'm a better person than you are.
Why not have...
No, ma'am, you're lying. You wasn't raised like that. You're for the streets. Just look at how her friend acts. And if they're good friends, you know they think alike. But you guys keep telling me, no, she didn't have any red flags. Okay, my guy, okay. Keep telling yourself that.
Have the man just pay for everything.
If he wants to pay, why would I want him to pay completely? I have my own career. We can share the success. There's no need for him to, I don't need to depend on a man. I can pay.
And she's chewing gum like this.
Pay 50-50, we can split it.
So that's down the middle. Rent, mortgage, light bill, groceries, everything.
Because when I look for a partner, I want somebody to have...
Can you see how she acts? We're going to skip this video because it's so annoying and I can't stand women like that. But you guys, you will marry women like that.
I think it's so funny that all the men that say they like a natural woman, they like their women to be natural, don't like too much makeup, blonde hair, blah. Then why are you staring at me?
I'm not, ma'am. I'm just posting you in a video where I show delusional women and their delusional standards. So we're just watching to see how delusional you are. That's it.
Why are you staring at me if you like natural? If we're at a restaurant and you have a natural woman on your side, why are you staring at me? You like natural. You know what I think it is? This is what I think it is. I think they don't want their women to look hot because of the way they look at other women.
No, ma'am. If a guy looks at you, it's because he wants to sleep with you. But what we want to sleep with and what we want to marry are two different things. How do women not understand this? Yes, you can look at somebody on Instagram that has only Sims, that is a star, and you would want to sleep with her. But that doesn't mean that you would want to marry her. we're going to skip this video because it's clear she's very delusional and she has a very high opinion of herself and her looks.
So this is what I charge my husband per week for my services as a stay-at-home mom with his 3 kids. Our kids are 5, 3, and 8 months old. This is just what works for us and our family. It's just how we do things. So every pee diaper that I have to change is $5, but every poop diaper is $10 per diaper per day.
Guys, whose fault is it? Why would you marry a woman like this? Why? You have to pay her for everything that she does? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I swear there are so many simps out there.
So that's about $50 a day for pee diapers and $20 a day for poop diapers. For every bath that I give, it's $5 per kid. So that's $15 a day, sometimes $30 a day. To cook every meal, each meal is $25. He usually cooks breakfast and he usually cooks dinner once a week. So that's about $225 each week. For laundry, it's $30 per regular load. And for his work clothes, he's a plumber, so it's $50 per load. So that's about 2 loads a day, $60 a day, $300 a week per regular load, and then $200 a week for his work clothes. To clean the whole house, I don't charge per task. I just charge per hour for cleaning. I charge about $50 per hour. So that's at least 2 to 3 hours a day.
How can you marry a woman like this? I'm baffled. I'm baffled. I don't care how much money you have. How? How can your wife charge you money? It's so stupid.
And I would do this 50-50 with them. What I found is they kind of stopped trying after a while. But I would notice with all my girlfriends, they would have boyfriends or guys just dote on them for months and years. And one of the common factors...
Those are simps, ma'am. Those are not men. Stop referring to simps as men.
...was that these girls would almost never whip out their wallets.
So this dating coach is suggesting that men try harder in relationships when they're paying for everything because they want to protect their investments. First things first, keep your eyes on the road, lady. Holy crap. Why is it so hard for people to just park and then make the TikTok? But back to the main point. It's a slippery slope for her to speculate that her friends' relationships are successful because the guys are paying for everything just from the outside. If your friend is telling you, oh my god, I'm so happy with my boyfriend, he pays for literally everything, then you're going to feel jealous if your guy is not paying for everything. Or if you don't have a man, you might feel inclined to find someone who does pay for everything. But we don't know what else is going on in these relationships. These guys could be paying for everything and then go out and cheat on her. Some guys pay for everything and also have addiction and gambling problems. Some guys pay for everything but then have strict expectations of what you need to provide at home. Meanwhile, some guys will let you split the bill, but then are still clean, loyal, awesome guys.
We're seeing this narrative go around social media a lot where only 80% of women want the top 20% of men or something like that. And that's the high value men, and there's like a large pool of women who want this very small pool of high.
That's not correct, ma'am. It's 100% of the women want the top 20% of guys.
High value men. What I have to say about that is you need to ask yourself, why is there so few high value men? Why is that? And would that be a better use of your time and
It's because of feminism, ma'am. It's because you wanted to work. You wanted equality. And now in some cities, women are earning more than men. In the past, a guy could have a regular job and have a house, have a car, and have a stay-at-home wife, and have enough money for everything. Now, it doesn't work like that. Women now are earning more and more and more, and what happens? You want a guy that earns at least as much as you, or more. And the pool of men that can earn at that much is smaller and smaller and smaller. And usually, women, when they get a career and they get ready to start dating, they're over 30. And they make a lot of money. So the pool of guys that they want is so small, and those guys don't care about your careers because they already have money. They want younger women, submissive women, not women that have a career, that are very independent and strong and don't need a man. Women that will never see you as a leader, women that don't respect your authority. They want submissive younger women.
Attention to address why are there so few high value men that can't seem to keep up with how women are out earning and outpacing them in every other facet in life. Because that's truly the issue, is that women are outperforming men when it comes to college degrees, when it comes to home ownership, when it comes to income. We're outperforming you. So how can you level that playing field instead of going on Reddit forums and complaining about how women want a quality man? Why wouldn't we want that? When you go in these red pill communities, when you go on these red pill forums, and you go in my comment section and you complain about these things, what you're admitting is that you're not a high value man. Because high value men, if they're having dates every night and they just have this too many women to choose, that's what they're spending their time doing. They're not under my videos complaining about the modern woman or complaining about how all women want just the small pool of high quality men. So by being in my comment section and complaining about these things, you are admitting that you are a low quality man. You are not in this pool. You're not in the small percentage of high value men.
Okay, ma'am, you are correct, but let me ask you this. If you know there are a very small pool of men that are high value, and you know the chances of getting one is very low, how come all of you are delusional and still believe that you can get a high value man? How come all of you have failed relationships? You go after Chad after Chad after Chad and the high value man, they smash and then they ghost you, but you still keep dreaming of Prince Charming that is over 6 feet and makes $500,000 a year. How come you're still delusional after all the experiences you have, after knowing the statistics that are very few men out there that can meet your delusional standards? How come you keep having those delusional standards? Why are women complaining about guys and all the men that they've dated being assholes? Why don't they see it's because they're delusional? Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you on the next one.